Hey guys, what is up? It is Jason Fleagle here. Quick question for you. Do you have any troubles or difficulty managing your time on a daily basis? Because I know I do, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I am always looking for ways to improve my time management skills and productivity, especially with managing my work life, my side projects, my family life, being a new dad, making sure I'm putting in my family time. So if you guys are asking that same kind of questions of yourself, I think I've finally found a way that works really well, at least for me, and it might work for you. So I was listening to a podcast within the last few weeks, and I think it was Dan Pink. He wrote a book talking about the power of timing, and there's every person has three main chunks of time on a daily basis that they need to manage and use effectively for them. So those three areas are number one, that is your peak time. Number two is your trough time, like a hog trough kind of thing. And then three is recovery. So what peak is really that time where you want to do like your analytical tasks. You want to do your focused tasks that you have where you're doing that without interruptions from other people or as little interruptions as possible. And then trough is where you really want to stack your meetings, your phone calls, your conversations with other people. So if you're at work and you have to have meetings, you have to have conversations with people, you want to try to have them in that trough time period. And then recovery. That's usually your time where it's later evening, early evening when you get home from work. You're kind of hanging out with your family or significant other. The recovery period is great for reflecting back on the day and then using that as an opportunity to brainstorm for making improvements or changes for tomorrow. So what this really looks like, I highly recommend using Google Calendar or some other calendar tool to put those blocks of time in on your day, because like for me in the mornings, I do my analytical tasks. So a lot of my writing work, a lot of my like numbers analysis work is done in that peak time period. So that ranges from 6:30 in the morning to sometimes like 10 around 10 a.m. and then that transitions into my trough period. So like meetings, phone calls I have from 10 a.m. to about 3:30 in the afternoon. And then I actually have like my workout time, running or even going for a walk with my family members. And then I don't start my like recovery process usually until like about 6 p.m. And I just get out my journal. If you don't have a journal, get a journal or just use your notes app on your phone. If you've got iPhone, Android, use a notes app that works well for you. But really reflect back on the day. Think about some things that you might have learned, things that you want to learn, things that you can apply in, on a daily basis to just help improve your life, improve where you are, and help you get to ultimately where you want to go. So that information to me was like eye-opening, because I'm like, why? It makes sense because I'm more of a lot of people talk about morning person or evening person. I'm more of a morning person. I like to get up early, so that peak time works for me. Dan Pink actually mentions for some people that process is flipped on its head. So some people have recovery first and then trough and then their peak time period. They actually do a lot of their work, in the late afternoon, in the early evening, later evening, and that's what works for them. So, you got to find out what works for you. Once you find out what works for you, again, block that time period. If you're a manager, you've got to have like dedicated office hours where you can have those conversations, those interruptions on a planned schedule. because everyone, being a manager, being a leader, so many people want your attention. Well, you've got to have dedicated time set aside for yourself to get your work done. And this process that I've used, it helps me. I've got, my own job. I've got my own side business with my side projects that I'm working on. I manage an international blogging platform. And, like I said, I'm a dad, and a husband. And, I have some other things that I enjoy doing in terms of my passions. So, it can be done to balance everything accordingly to what you want to do. So I hope that this video has been helpful to you. This is something that I found that works really well for me. So you want to try to chunk those times together. Make sure you're journaling. Make sure you're going through that process of scheduling in your time. And then I also schedule in my. I like to unplug. And I would hope you guys do as well. Take some time away from technology, take some time away from your smartphone, and schedule that in. Like for me, Friday nights are my kind of unavailable, unplugged time period. I dedicate that to be with my family. I take a break because, it's really draining, constantly trying to give your best and a bunch of different things. So it's important to recharge and, get away for a little bit. Go take a walk, go exercise, go be with people you really enjoy being with. So, but thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope that this has been valuable for you. What are some things that work for you guys in terms of managing your time, your productivity, increasing your productivity, with the time that you have? Because a lot of us, again, have 24 hours in a day. So, it's like one of the recent videos I did, I talked about, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, they all have 24 hours in the day. Same thing, same as we do. But how are they using their time different than you're using your time? So really important question to ask yourself. So thanks again, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to keep moving forward, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.